Good morning. This is a look at traffic on Mooring the Mountains here on the Mountain Fun Life channel. And we've got some of our usual construction projects, including in Blount County, US 129. That's the bypass at 321 and 73. And you'll see some lane closures. Now, mostly that's going to be 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. or during the night time between 7 p.m. and 6 a.m. So a lot of folks take that way from the interstate to the Smoky Mountains. So be watching out for that. Now on I-40, especially in the evening, you'll find some closures, usually between mile markers 388 and 395, and that can be almost anywhere. You'll see some backups and slowdowns because of that construction. Normally 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. and then they have that back open again during the daytime. Also 640, which is the way around the Knoxville area. Around there at Emory Road, you'll find some slowdowns there with a lane closure. Also on 275. And here in the Smoky Mountains, of course, we have some of the usual slow traffic certain times of the day around the 407 entrance ramp. I'm Brad Lovett. That's a look at traffic, and let's see what Kira, Savannah, and Hannah are up to today.
Good morning, it's Kira with Morning in the Mountains, and this week we are highlighting Mountain Mile here in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and with me I have Dixon, who is one of the developers for this property. Now, we are standing in front of a really cool thing that is very unique to Pigeon Forge. It's the Mountain Monster.
Yep.
Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Sure. It's a 200-foot tall multi-component thrill tower that has on this side over here, there's an 8-seat drop ride, takes you up, drops you. The difference with this drop ride and others is that there's no shoulder harnesses on it. It's just lap belts, so you're totally exposed.
Oh my goodness.
And you really get that weightless sensation when you're dropping. It's pretty spectacular. And the views of the mountains and everything, it was orientated that way so that people could see LeConte. And then over on this side is a back-to-back saddle ride that launches you up and sends you up and flips you around like a yo-yo.
Oh my goodness.
And then the main one is you take an elevator up to the top of the tower there, and you get out on this platform and you get in a cart and it rotates forward and then slips off this pin and you free fall about 60 or 70 feet, kind of face first like you're skydiving, and then you swing out over this water feature and go way out there and come back, and then you get winched back up to the top, and you have the option of being lowered on that elevator, or it's the same mechanism as a drop ride and being dropped inside the tower on the way down, and that is pretty intense. So all of it's very intense.
That sounds incredible. So this is the perfect spot for somebody who's just into adrenaline rushes, right?
Absolutely, yes. I love thrill rides, and this is as good as any in the country. The inventor of this, his name is Stan Checketts. He's a legend in the attraction world, and we're really proud to be partnered with him here.
That's incredible. So when can people expect for this to be open?
Well, currently it's open limited hours on the weekends, I believe, and I'll probably get this wrong, but I think it opens like Friday around 1 o'clock, and then open, and then it's anyway, Friday afternoon, and then Saturday, Sunday for right now, and then come next spring we'll be open, more normal hours when we get some more tenants open and everything here. So
awesome. Well, thank you so much, Dixon. I can't wait to see what all this is about.
Thank you.
Thanks. Now back to you, Frank.
It's Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. Hi, Frank Murphy here with Robert Owenby, the waving Jim Johnson, and Brad Lovett. And all good things must come to an end. My poor wife is back from vacation and has to live with me now again.
Oh, so sorry, Jerry, so sorry.
She had a lovely fall break up with her sister in Virginia. She got to see the grandkids. She got to see the rest of her family. They all live in the Northern Virginia area.
She'll be of good spirits. She's a happy lady.
She's already been at work for 2 hours by now, so she's not even watching. But if you check the replay later, Jerry, we were thinking about you. But it's another lovely week here in East Tennessee and in the Smoky Mountains. The leaf lookers are starting to show up in force. Let's check in with Brad Lovett.
We have leaves and we have scarecrows.
Now,
some of you may know this story, and some of the folks out of town probably do not. City of Gatlinburg is trying to break a world record in Guinness. And of course we have the Guinness Museum.
Oh, in Dublin they break a world record in Guinness every week, I think. No? Oh, this is different. Oh, it's the same company though. The Guinness beer had the Guinness Book of World Records.
Right, yes.
It was a thing to generate conversation so you drink more beer. Mm-hmm. And it's the Guinness World Record for scarecrows.
Scarecrows, the most amount of scarecrows in a town.
Wow.
You know what would be hilarious if the most number of crows also showed up that they weren't to show that they were not scared.
That is
That'd be
a good
interesting.
idea.
A murder.
That would be great.
A murder of crows.
They have those crow things they make over in Gatlinburg too that are decorations.
Yeah?
Those crow. I'm not sure what they are exactly, but
Oh, all right.
That could be a lot of fun on the streets with the camera, to
Scarecrows.
record people's reaction to seeing thousands and thousands of scarecrows.
I have an idea. Can we get a makeup artist to dress up Robert as a scarecrow?
Ooh.
Stand there as quietly as you can until somebody walks by, and then come to life.
Yeah.
Be like the Wizard of Oz,
That'd be
except
great.
you'd
You
be
know-
hidden among 100 other scarecrows.
You know, if you have a crow on one ridge and another one on the other ridge, and one is doing his sound to the other one, you know what they call that? A long distance call.
Caw.
Call.
And you know what happens if
Didn't really know.
if the other crow doesn't respond?
I'm not sure.
That would be a lost cause.
Okay.
But
we do need 3,812 scarecrows.
3,000. Wow.
812.
Where do they come from? Who's making all these?
That I don't know. We need to find out.
Are you supposed to bring your scarecrow from home? I don't have a scarecrow at home.
I think it could be a great day to buy a whole bunch of scarecrow outfits and
Yeah.
put them up on the side of the road and sell them for $20 a pop.
See, this is the businessman among us. This
Yes.
is the guy. He
I'm-
has started more businesses than the other three of us combined.
Yes.
Because we're at 000 and you're at many.
Yes, I don't know, 52 by last count. But yeah,
Wow.
and this could be 53. And I think we should all do it together.
The scarecrow business.
Scarecrow
That'd be
outfit
good.
business.
I
I've
like
made
it.
them before.
All right.
And of course, this is going to celebrate Smoky Mountain Harvest Festival, underway in the entire Smoky Mountain region right now. And we feature festivities, special events, and life-size scarecrows going on all the way through November 21st. And of course, that coincides with our peak foliage times.
Leaf lickers. Leaf lickers love their scarecrows and their pumpkin spice and everything else.
Absolutely. Now, Sevierville has History and Haunts. That takes place 5 to 9 p.m. each Saturday throughout the month of October, so you have a few more weeks to visit that in downtown Sevierville. That brings a new harvest of activities every week, from guided historical walking tours and costume contests to storytellers, live music, and lawn games. Now, this weekend, they're going to have a dance party. You can dance to classic Halloween tunes.
Like Thriller?
And Monster Mash, maybe?
Everyone?
Monster Mash.
Oh, yeah.
With the Monster Mash. You should do the Bella Lugosi
Whatever
thing.
happened to my Transylvanian twist?
A karaoke favorite for me.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Monster Mash?
Yes. I
I
can't really sing,
need-
so I do narration stuff like that.
I need to see that.
Oh, the Monster Mash.
Bet you could do Thriller really well too then.
I was trying.
I was at a karaoke event. Used to go a lot with my daughter back in Ohio, and they had a whole. Several people just did Thriller. I mean, it's
Like the dance?
The dance, yes.
When you go to James White's Fort for their Halloween bash, that's what is on Saturday, October 26th, which is the same day as some football game, South Carolina game. But they bring in a troupe of professional Thriller dancers every year.
how awesome
And
is
they mix in throughout the rest of the Halloween party goers. I'm sorry that I just decided this news segment is over. Because I'm going to tell this story. So they mix in, and then when the music comes on, they're crawling along, and they start popping up amongst you and to scare you. And then they get out there and they do the Thriller dance, and it's really
fun is
fantastic.
that?
Yeah, I love. Of course, even my grandsons, they will have Amazon Alexa play Thriller year round. It's a year round song for them.
It's a great song.
So I thought I need to memorize the Vincent Price part. Last time I played it on the radio, I just said that was Vincent Price, and I didn't ever mention Michael Jackson, just to see if anyone would notice it. But of course, it flew over everybody's head. But I'm trying to remember the funk of 40,000 years. That's the only part I got in my head right now.
That's a good one. He
The
did that in
evil
one
of
take.
The Thriller. I know.
I heard he did that in one take.
Did you even? You're the one who told me this story.
Probably so.
That Rod Templeton didn't even have anything prepared, and it occurred to him that morning, like, oh no, Vincent Price is not going to ad-lib this. I have to write something. So he scribbled it out on by hand on a piece of paper. They handed it to Vincent Price.
And he read it.
One take and left.
Specific time. The time to the music. He read it to the music. That's amazing. Of course, that's Vincent Price.
All right. So now we've gone over because it's Halloween time and we've talked about Thriller. Please don't forget our Mountain Fun Life best deals at 865-978-1152. Let us save you money on great attractions, including all the stuff going on in Anakeesta, for example, for a Halloween. Get savings. We pass them on to you. We get them cheap. We pass the savings along. 865-978-1152. We'll be back with more of this Monday edition of Morning in the Mountains this October 14th on the Mountain Fun Life channel. Stick around for more. You're watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel, and when we talk about life in the mountains, we also, of course, talk about the beautiful nature. So I'm Frank Murphy here with my guest, Dave Vandergriff, who is a retired with UT Extension, but now you're a consulting arborist after years and years of talking about trees.
Correct.
All right, now let's talk about, you've been here before to tell us about some of the fun things that you're involved with. So congratulations on your retirement. That's new since last time we were here, July 31st. It was a weird weather, I think, in the Smoky Mountains this summer because we had 90-degree heat all the way through September.
You know, it has been a different year. We had lots of rainfall. Everything was looking good.
Oh, back in February. Oh, yeah, we were soaked.
Right. Trees were making lots of food. Everything was going along fine. Then we got to August. Everything changed.
Right.
And all of a sudden, we got much hotter and we got much drier.
Well, talk about trees making food, because that affects the colors of the leaves later, right?
That is correct.
So the trees have plenty of water coming up through the roots. And they're growing. The leaves are using that energy to making that energy, right?
That's correct. So they make, with the green pigment in the leaves is where they make the food. That's the food factory. So that's what we see through most of the growing season. As we get to the fall, whenever the nights start getting longer, days are shorter, and temperatures change, then they move out of that production mode. And then they move to going towards dormancy because they're deciduous. So
that's one of my favorite words, deciduous.
Yeah.
Means the leaves fall off.
The leaves fall off. But it's great for us because whenever they do fall off, whenever they quit making food, they give us a spectacular show of color every fall.
So that really is the green, the chlorophyll departing from the leaf. And then what we see being left behind is really almost the more true color of the tree, right?
A lot of those colors have been there all season long. They were just covered up by the green.
See, that's amazing to me. I love that. That's so beautiful.
So as that moves out, then the other things are exposed. So,
all right. So the hot nights that we had in August, September delayed this process. We need, like Paul Davis used to sing about, the cool nights to tell the trees that winter is coming, and you need to conserve, pull in everything into the trunk and the roots, and right?
That's right.
Okay.
So as they finish the food process and they go into dormancy, they've stored food in the roots. That's what enables them to leaf out the next year. So that's really important.
All right.
You know, they've stored back their reserves because they got to have that energy in the spring. But then we see the other colors that were there as the leaves reach the end of their life and eventually fall to the ground, where they recycle nutrients actually for the tree again.
So raking
future.
up. So I'm okay if I don't rake my leaves, right? I just have the guy come and mow over them and mulch them up.
That is the absolute best thing to do.
Good, because I hate raking. I mean, I've always despised raking. So I just decided as an adult, I'm not going to do it.
And it's free fertilizer, so why take it away?
There you go. All right, so now that would also explain then why in the higher elevations, and of course here in the Smoky Mountains, we've got multiple elevations. You can go all the way from the lakes up to the peaks. The weather is different on the top of the mountain than it is at the bottom. Therefore, the trees are different.
They are, and the good thing for the folks visiting the mountains to see the color is that the weather is different as you go up in elevation.
We're talking to you, leaf lookers, so pay attention. This is you. We're talking about leaf lookers.
they have had more rainfall and they've had cooler temperatures, which are the magic ingredients.
The higher
that we
elevation,
need.
yeah.
Right. As we get into the valley, that's where we have more problems this year with weather, because the nights have stayed warm, and we just didn't get any rain at all in September.
So I should feel guilty for enjoying the warm nights? My wife hates
warm
the
nights
warm
are
nights.
great for us, but not so much for the trees.
Okay. So finally now, though, as we proceed toward Halloween and into November, I hope it works out, because, a lot of the tourism industries here in Sevier County have decided to extend their autumn festivals and delay the start of the Christmas festivals from what was it going to be, like 1st of November back to like almost 2-3 weeks later, like November 15th, 20th. I think that's a good move.
It is. It always happens, so we know it's going to come. It's just this year it's a little delayed because we missed that key ingredient, the cool nights.
So it's not canceled, it's just delayed.
No, absolutely not canceled, and there'll be plenty of color for us all to enjoy.
That's good. I was worried. I thought Dave Vandergriff was going to come on today and say, autumn is canceled. We're moving forward.
Absolutely not.
Well, Dave, thank you very much. Congratulations again on the retirement. He is a consulting arborist and formerly with UT Extension. Dave Vandergriff, an expert on trees. So I hope you'll come back frequently, because this is important stuff to us.
Thank you. Appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely. You're watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. I'm Frank Murphy. We'll be back with more coming right up.
Want more Mountain Fun Life? We are now streaming through Roku. Roku is a device that enables you to stream entertainment to your TV through your internet provider. The starting price is only $29, and you can purchase one either online or through your local electronics retailer. It's easy to use, and you won't have to worry about missing any more Mountain Fun Life episodes. Mountain Fun Life, guiding your adventure.
Good morning, I'm Brad Lovett with a look at the weather in the Smoky Mountains, and of course it's a good time to be here. After all that hot weather we had near the first of the month, it's cooling off nicely. We've got temperatures in the 70s, and I've even seen some highs in the 60s, the upper 60s anyway. But of course, we can still get warmer and a little bit cooler. But right now, we're pleasantly in the low 70s for today. Chance of partly cloudy skies and maybe a shower, not so much thunder shower, but of course, that's never to be ruled out. A good day to enjoy, 46 for the low, so be sure that you bring a jacket with you. I'm Brad Lovett, that's a look at the weather, and more of the show coming right up. This is Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel.
How do we turn moments into memories? Those moments where the right people are right beside you, and the anticipation of reaching the top makes you feel like a kid again, where the only arguments are who goes first, and trying something new never gets old. Visit us at Anakeesta, where there's magic in the mountains.
Thank you for joining us as we make it through this Monday on Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. Frank Murphy here with Robert Owenby, Jim Johnson, and Brad Lovett. And I was talking all about the zombies before, the Thriller dancers. I get excited about that kind of stuff. You notice this is, you know what this is, right?
It's Thriller.
Am I the only one doing it?
Oh, every time that song comes on, I'm always like,
okay, because I feel like I'm doing the YMCA dance over here by myself. And I'm looking for the rest of the village people to help me out.
I'll make sure that I do it with you next time, Frank.
All right.
All righty.
All right, speaking of village people, here's Brad.
I'm not sure which one I am. Okay.
You can be the cop, you can be the Indian.
You can be the police officer.
We could do that for Halloween. Can we be the village people for Halloween?
I will not be the village
probably
for Halloween.
We'll see. I'll take that under advisement.
No, there's more than 4 village people, so you can omit the one that is now culturally offensive. Mm-hmm. You can be the cop and the construction worker and the leather biker. That would be you.
No, the leather biker.
Alrighty.
Sorry, you fit
Hail
the
Mary.
part.
All right, and Brad, go ahead.
All right. Well, of course, History and Haunts this weekend. We're talking about that last segment. And this weekend, it's downtown Sevierville. Lots of new activities. Now, we talked about the Thriller. They are going to do a Thriller flash mob, by the way.
Okay.
So,
and they're not the only ones doing it. I read something about Turkey Creek is doing one. Oh, you just did the Thriller
That was
thing.
the Flash. Yes, you.
Oh, go ahead.
It was
do
the
it again.
kid.
So you went right, left.
There you go.
So is it?
Either
is
we
it
could do
we
left.
start at, where do we start? Left.
Left.
You shout. You've
Right.
been military. Shout out left, right for me, so I know what I'm doing.
Left, right, left, right, left. That's good. Right, left. Right. Okay. Anyway, Thriller.
All right. So Turkey Creek was also going to try to set a Guinness record of the most Thriller dancers. And there's a thing called Thrill the World. And every Halloween time they try to do a worldwide simultaneous Thriller dance.
Okay, I need zombie costumes at Turkey Creek.
Zombie costumes are easy. You just go to the Carm thrift store and get some beat up old clothes that you would wear to be buried in, and then and makeup.
I'm thinking about selling zombie costumes.
Oh, so you need some beat up old clothes that look like they crawled out of a grave.
Yes.
So you need to be there in downtown Sevierville because they're having a zombie costume contest. So if anybody does not have their costume, then you sell them.
There you go. See,
right.
I think it's great.
Oh, I got to tell Artie. Artie, you should
19th.
come visit me
Capitalism
for Halloween
is
one
best.
year because Artie loves the zombies.
And then you can also paint your own pumpkin. And
Okay, that's not a euphemism, right?
no.
Okay.
Paint your own pumpkin,
Yeah.
sponsored by Sevierville Commons Arts Council.
All right.
And cornhole and lawn games. Enjoy crisp fall evenings and challenge friends and family to a game of cornhole or other fun lawn games.
Can I tell you when I moved to the South and found out that cornhole was an actual game, what a sigh of relief that was? Oh, thank goodness. I thought I was going to get fired for saying that on the radio.
Okay.
Yeah.
they have that in Ohio too, and you have your favorite team. It's like,
New York, LA, I never heard of it.
Yeah.
But go
I never heard of it either growing up, my
Chicago,
friend.
right? Yeah.
Chicago area,
Yeah.
new.
Anyway, of course, City of Gatlinburg is going to attempt to break a Guinness World Record for the most scarecrows.
How about the most scarecrows doing the Thriller dance? That's
I
that would
think
be
they
good.
should do that.
yes.
They break 2 records,
All right, so
or
the,
CDs, or
but these
MP3
are
4 files.
These are not living scarecrows. These are stuffed with straw things, right?
That's correct.
Okay, and they just have to get a lot of them.
But they're life size.
Of course, they have to be life size. That's the whole point of a scarecrow, isn't it?
I would think, yes.
I mean, it's not a crow is not going to be afraid of a miniature scarecrow.
No.
No, a crow is only going to be afraid of a thing that it thinks is the farmer. That's why you dress the scarecrow as the farmer. It's supposed to trick the crow into thinking that the farmer is just stretching.
Just hanging
And
out.
these stairs are all stay there. Stay there.
So it's not people dressed in scarecrow outfits.
No, it's actual straw scarecrows.
Oh, well.
But there is a community scarecrow trail. Now, that goes on through November 21st, and visitors can enjoy and snap photos with many whimsical scarecrow scenes created by Gatlinburg businesses and community members throughout town and the Great Smoky arts and crafts community. Where hundreds of handcrafted scarecrows and harvested vignettes can be found as part of the community's Scarecrow Trail.
Is this new?
This
the whole
is-
scarecrow thing?
This is new.
Because I know that they've halted the Christmas creep, as we've talked about. Instead of jumping right into Christmas as soon as we get into November 1st, they're stretching out the harvest season a little longer, which is scarecrows represent harvest and pumpkins and all those things. So this is exciting. It's like the Christmas decorations, but whimsical scarecrows.
I like the idea. How many?
What a whimsical scarecrow.
My dad was a farmer, and he had this unique scarecrow that he would put up when the crows were eating the corn. He would actually take his shotgun and shoot a real crow, take a rope and tie it to a pole, a tall pole, and put it up, stand it up in the ground next. And when the crows come in, they'd see that. Ooh, that's not good.
Wow. You know who else did that? Was Vlad the Impaler. He would
Vlad
take
the
the heads of his enemies and put them on spikes all around the...
Hey, as a warning.
As a warning.
As a warning. That's
yeah.
what my dad did with a
Warning.
live crow.
Yes.
Well, it was dead once he.
Of course.
It was alive.
And
But
I apologize to my friend Doug Hollander for saying Vlad the Impaler when what he really wanted me to say was Vlad the Impaler.
yeah, thank you. That's right.
They say Vlad the Impaler was the inspiration for Bram Stoker's Dracula story.
How interesting.
Do I have enough Halloween trivia in my head that I didn't even remember I had?
You never know.
I got to save some of this. It's only October 14th, and I'm burning through all the good Halloween trivia. All right, let's wrap up with Mountain Fun Life Best Deals, and I'll do it as Bella Lugosi for you. I want you to call us at 865-978-1152 and save money. We get the tickets cheap and pass the savings along to you at Mountain Fun Life. You're watching Morning in the Mountains, and I hate morning because I will crumble under sunlight. This is the Mountain Fun Life channel.
it's another edition of Sports Time in the Mountains at Mountain Fun Life here with Brad Lovett beside me talking about incredible things that are happening in the sports world. Well, a few weeks ago, something really cool happened, didn't it, Brad?
It did. It was the Senior Olympics.
The Senior Olympics.
They're held right in Gatlinburg.
That's amazing. You know, and to me, you said a few little things about it, but we were looking up the requirements for the Senior Olympics, and we both realized that we were both eligible to be part of the Senior Olympics. That's kind of funny. I was trying to think of all the things now. Now, if you are a senior, and you know, since we're both in our 50s, we won't go into exactly where we're at in those years. But a lot of times people talk about fun things that you would do. Now, if you were in the Olympics, what would you do?
Well, I know there are some different things you can do, and I have to see what my speed is. Now, I've had some weight loss in the last year or so, and I saw my before picture actually on Facebook, and I was horrified.
Well, congratulations, by the way, because that is a great undertaking, and you've been doing really good.
Oh, thank you, and still a long way to go on that. But I could probably maybe make a walk. Run, I don't think so. I don't think you're ever going to see me running.
Yeah, me neither. I did all my running in my military days. It's I filled my quota of running when I was 23.
Right, because even a half marathon, because you have to run the other half back, right?
I know, it's like, who's going to pick me up at the other end? Really, that's how I look.
Right.
But some of the things that they got out there: archery, badminton, basketball, bowling. We could bowl.
That I could do.
Cycling. They do have that road race though, but that's a 5K or a 10K. I'm not going to do it.
Probably not going to happen for me.
No.
Disc golf, pickleball.
Pickleball. That'd be a fun sport to play.
And you can compete, of course, in bowling, swimming, tennis, basketball.
Yeah.
And also cornhole. I could do the cornhole.
That'd be fun.
Yes.
We should have a Mountain Fun Life cornhole tournament.
I think we should do that. We've got plenty of room out there, and we just move some of the tables over at the Conway Twitty Theater, and we'd have it.
We have it right here. Talk about fun, right? Well, go to the National Senior Games Association. That's nsga.com. If you are a senior or about to become a senior and would like to know for more information about the Senior Olympics, this has really sparked. I think it would be really super cool. I'm going to look into it. So who knows? You never know.
Maybe we'll be there next year, and at least bowling or something. Now, of course, we have other Olympic-type competitions around here.
Yes.
That includes the Special Olympics, the Winter Edition, which is a statewide competition, and that's going to be at Ober-Gatlinburg. It is every year. Now, of course, speaking of Ober-Gatlinburg, it's almost time to think snowboarding and skiing.
The skis and put down the goggles.
Right. So even when it's warm, they can start the snowboarding part in November. Now, skiing, that is going to be more iffy, depending on the weather. Of course, we had 90 degrees at the beginning of October still, so of course cooled down a little bit since then,
Yes.
but you just don't think winter just yet.
That's true. Well, Savannah is an avid snowboarder, so I'm sure that we'll be catching her maybe even opening day when it comes down to going down the slopes at Ober-Gatlinburg. But she's a pretty avid snowboarder, so she talked about it last season, and it sounds like she'll probably be going back this year, because if we know her, she's going to have a good time out there on the slopes. And maybe she'll get Kira out there. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think it's time for some winter live shots like we do.
Yes.
We've been to Ober-Gatlinburg for the fall.
And it'll soon be wintertime.
So we'll have them skiing downhill or whatever. I don't know who's going to run the camera, because it's not going to be me.
Yeah, I'm not going to be following anybody down the slopes, but it'll be a good time for sure. So thanks for tuning in to Sports Today, and we will be right back.
The guys have begged me to please stop talking like Bela Lugosi. So out of respect to Brad Lovett and Jim Johnson and Robert Owenby, I will not talk about or talk like Bela Lugosi again until we get closer to Halloween. I'm moving on to Boris Karloff as Frankenstein's monster.
Ditch that one
Did
too.
it really good. That's
thank
really
you.
good impersonation.
Actually, I wish I could do Boris Karloff's voice. You know, he narrated How the Grinch Stole Christmas. That's Boris Karloff.
Oh, he did that.
And then Thurl Ravenscroft is the singing voice of
Okay.
You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. Thurl Ravenscroft also is the voice of Tony the Tiger. It's great, and many, many voices at Disneyland and Disney World. Anyway, that's more trivia for you. You're watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. You just got to save some of this for the Ask Frank segment when I've got 40 minutes to fill all by myself. So for Robert Owenby, for Brad Lovett, for Jim Johnson, thank you for watching this Monday edition, and we'll be back with more fun for you tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock on Facebook Live. You can also find us on Roku and on YouTube. So do all of those things. Like us and share us. Thank you. Appreciate you.